Hello again. Well, we are done with the book of Genesis, so we move on to the second book of the Bible, the book of Exodus. And up to this point, the people of Israel have been living in Egypt, and the population has been growing. And generations later, there would be a new Pharaoh who would come into power. And this Pharaoh knew nothing about what Joseph did for Egypt and for the region. These Israelites have become more numerous than our people. We must deal with them at once, or they might make war along with our enemies against us and overcome us. Pharaoh would then sentence the Israelites to forced labor and put Egyptian masters over them. Pharaoh would also give the order to have every baby boy killed. Now, one baby boy, to avoid being killed, was put in a basket and sent along the Nile River. He was eventually found by one of the daughters of Pharaoh, and with her having pity on him, took the child and adopted him as her own son. And she gave him the name Moses. Years later, Moses would witness an Egyptian master beating an Israelite slave. Filled with rage, he came to the defense and killed the Egyptian. This caused Moses to flee Egypt and go to a land called Midian, where he would spend the next season of his life as a shepherd at the foot of a mountain called Sinai. And it would be there that he would encounter the God of his fathers in the form of a burning bush. I am the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I have seen how the Egyptians are oppressing my people. Now go, I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. Moses would return to Egypt, and along with his brother Aaron, they would approach Pharaoh and make an appeal for the people's freedom. However, Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and there was no way he was going to let the people go. It would take a series of 10 plagues to come upon Egypt to eventually break his will. So what you are saying, Mr. Pharaoh, is that you will not let my people go. Well, maybe these will change your mind. How would you feel about all the water in Egypt turning into blood? If that doesn't do it, do you like frogs? Lice? How about flies? How about if the land was infested with them? No? Well, what about your livestock? You got some precious cattle out there. What if they all of a sudden got sick? Or what if you had unhealable boils that just suddenly popped up on you? How about hail? Do you like rain? How about ice as rain? They would destroy all your crops. How about locusts? You like bugs? Not a bug fan? How would you like locusts swarming all over the streets? It is a lovely day out. It would be a shame if it all went dark all of a sudden for a indefinite amount of time. Handsome son you got there. Would be ashamed if something happened to him. So Pharaoh let the people go. But not toward freedom, but just to go out into the wilderness to hold a festival in honor of God in order to stop the plagues. However, once they got beyond where they were allowed to go, Israel kept walking with no intention on going back to Egypt. When word got back to Pharaoh that Israel had fled, Pharaoh's heart was again hardened and gathered up his army and gave chase in order to destroy the people of Israel in the desert.